Linux Mint just quietly fixed one of the most annoying parts of running Linux long-term, and almost nobody's talking about it yet. If you've ever had an update fail because your boot partition filled up with 6 old kernels you forgot to remove, this is for you. Here's the thing nobody tells new Linux users. Your kernel doesn't get replaced when it updates. It gets added. Every kernel update leaves the old one sitting in boot, just in case something breaks, which is smart until you've got 8 of them and no space left for the 9th. Mint used to handle this inside the update manager as basically an afterthought. You could set it to keep the last 2 or the last 3, but it didn't understand what kind of kernel you were running. LTS, HWE, a real-time kernel you installed for audio work. To the old tool, they were all just numbers in a list. In the August update, Mint pulled Kernel Management completely out of Update Manager and rebuilt it from scratch inside the new System Administration app. And the redesign isn't cosmetic, it changes the entire mental model. The old tool tracked individual kernels, the new one tracks series. Here's what that actually means. Instead of babysitting version numbers, you tell it, I want to stay on HWE, or I want to stay on LTS, and it keeps you updated within that lane automatically, while cleaning up everything outside it. You set how many old kernels to keep as a safety net, and once a week, it prunes the rest on its own. No terminal, no auto-remove, no manual math. And they thought about the edge cases that actually break people's systems. Install something unusual, an OEM kernel, a real-time kernel, something from a PPA, and the tool detects it, tells you what series it belongs to, and asks if you want to track it. If it's a series Mint doesn't officially manage, it's upfront about that. You're responsible for keeping it updated, not the tool. Worried the cleanup will nuke a kernel you need for hardware testing? Click Protect. It becomes immune to auto-removal full stop. Want a paper trail? There's a history view showing exactly which kernels were removed and when. Useful the one time a driver regression makes you wish you'd kept the old one. And critically, this isn't Mint only. It's built to work identically on LMDE, Mint's Debian-based edition, including tracking kernels pulled from Debian backports. That's real parity, not a version behind afterthought, which is historically where LMDE features have landed. This is a bigger deal than nicer UI for kernel cleanup. It's Mint admitting kernel management is genuinely confusing for the average user. LTS versus HWE versus HWE-Edge is not obvious terminology. And instead of writing a wiki page explaining it, they built a tool that just handles the decision for you correctly by default. It also quietly kills the need for Mint's old Edge ISOs, install images specifically built with a newer kernel for bleeding-edge hardware. If the system can track and roll you through kernel series automatically, you don't need a separate install image anymore. That's one less decision new users have to get right on day one. This shipped alongside 2 other changes in the same update: full FCTix5 support in Cinnamon for non-Latin input methods, and a new environment variables page in System Administration. Both signs Mint is building towards something bigger for its 20th anniversary release. I'm covering what's coming in that release next. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and drop a comment if you've ever nuked your own boot partition. I want to hear the disaster stories.